Tonight on ATV News, Kenya reels from a massacre of college students.
Indiana suffers nationwide backlash after a religious freedom law goes into effect.
Prince George's County considers allowing alcohol sales on Sundays.
And spring is finally starting to arrive in the district. I'm Michaela Amos.
And I'm Maggie Miller. ATV News starts now. This past Thursday, 147 students at Garissa University College in Kenya were shot and killed during an apparent terrorist attack. Al-Shabaab militants have claimed responsibility for the attack, and thus far, 5 suspects have been arrested in connection to the incident.
A new religious freedom law in Indiana has been causing controversy this week, with many saying that it is anti-gay. Indiana Governor Mike Pence continues to deny that this is the case.
With more on what's going on in Hollywood, we go to Kristen with entertainment.
Hi, I'm Kristen Left, and this is ATV Entertainment. Furious 7, the 7th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, hits theaters this week, expecting to bring in $275 million opening weekend worldwide. The world is anticipating how the film will honor the late actor Paul Walker, who passed away suddenly in 2013. Full House fans will be happy to hear that Netflix might be making a revival of the popular 90s show. There's no deal at the moment, but keep an eye out for Uncle Jesse and the rest of the Tanner clan. On Thursday, Beyoncé released a remix of her song Jealous, featuring Chris Brown, which sparked some controversy among her fans. Her collaboration with Brown, who was charged with domestic violence in 2009, offended some fans who pointed out the contrast with her outspoken feminist beliefs. Beyoncé is yet to respond to the comments. This has been ATV Entertainment. I'm Kristen Left.
Thanks, Kristen. California Governor Jerry Brown announced massive cutbacks in water usage in the state this past week. Under new laws, Californians will be mandated to cut back 25% on water usage as forecasters predict the ongoing California drought to worsen over the coming summer.
Now we go to politics with Bennett.
I'm Bennett Lapidez, and this is ATV Politics. Senator Marco Rubio will host an event April 13th in Miami where he's expected to reveal plans for the 2016 election and a possible bid for the White House. Rubio previously informed Fox News that he would release a decision on running for president on this date. Senator Robert Mendez, the senior senator from New Jersey, had a slew of charges brought against him last Wednesday by the Department of Justice. Most charges concern his mutually beneficial relationship with Dr. Solomon Melgen, a Florida ophthalmologist. The senator has been charged with acts of conspiracy, violating the Travel Act, 8 counts of bribery, 3 counts of honest services fraud, and an extra count of making false statements. This has been Bennett Lapidez with ATV Politics.
Thanks, Bennett. This week, a presidential traffic jam caused a baby boy to be born on Interstate 65. An ambulance was able to get through shortly after the birth to transport mom and baby to the hospital.
Investigators into the ongoing case of the Germanwings plane that crashed in southern France last week have announced that the co-pilot, without a doubt, crashed the plane intentionally. Andreas Lubitz had a history of suicidal thoughts and depression, and the black box recorders proved he intentionally locked the pilot out of the control cabin and put the plane into descent. The crash killed all on board.
With more on what's happening in sports, we go to Breon.
Hi, I'm Breon Page, and this is ATV Sports. More than halfway through spring sports at American University, the AU women's lacrosse team struggles to find their groove. In a back-and-forth game against Louisville on Tuesday, the Eagles were unable to pull out a victory against number 10 ranked Louisville. Despite the loss, junior Olivia Magnan managed to score 5 goals on the day, and goalkeeper Rose Redfoot made 5 saves in the game. Next week, the Eagles are back in conference play and host Loyola on Wednesday, April 8th at 4 p.m. at Jacobs Field. Both AU men's and women's track and field competed at the Colonial Relays this past weekend in Williamsburg, Virginia. Many of the Eagles post impressive wins the week before. Next week, the team travels to Fairfax, Virginia in a Mason Spring Invitational. Now to turn it over to the national scene. Spring training is over and baseball teams are preparing for opening day on Monday. Here on the East, the Nats take on the Mets at 4 p.m. Eastern at National Stadium. And on the West, you can't forget about my home team, the LA Dodgers. They host the Padres on Monday as well. Both teams earned division titles last season and clinched playoff berths. April is here, and that can only mean one thing, the Masters. The action will begin on Monday with a practice round. Tuesday is also a practice round, and Wednesday is the famous Par 3 tournament. The tourney is 4 days long, and the victor will be crowned Sunday afternoon. This has been ATV Sports. I'm Breon Page.
Thanks, Breon. The annual Relay for Life walk will be held April 11th in Bender Arena. The 12-hour event benefits the American Cancer Society and last year raised almost $50,000 for the organization. Sign up is still open if you want to participate.
Now for a look at finance this week, we go to Arun.
Hi, I'm Arun Raman, and this is your ATV Finance report. In the March jobs report, it was revealed that the U.S. only added 126,000 jobs. This is the lowest amount of jobs added since December 2013 and fell well under the estimated number of jobs predicted by experts. The disappointing report has raised uncertainties about whether the U.S. economy is on the rise. The unemployment rate stayed at the same 5.5%. The Walt Disney Company is now investing $250 million in the online fantasy sports business, DraftKings Inc. DraftKings allows fans to play fantasy sports with real money at risk and to play on a per-game basis rather than managing teams for a full season. DraftKings and other similar digital media companies are gaining more attention from some of the largest media companies like Comcast Corporation. This investment deal also dictates that DraftKings is to spend a large amount of money on advertising on ESPN platforms in the near future. This was a big attraction of the deal for Disney. All indexes are up this week, the Dow by 0.37%, the S&P by 0.35%, and the NASDAQ by 0.14%. This has been Arun Raman with your ATV Finance report.
Thanks, Arun. The Prince George's County General Assembly is pushing forward a new bill that would allow the sale of liquor on Sundays. If passed, this bill would get rid of the last of the region's blue laws.
With more on world news, we go to Sarah.
Welcome to ATV World News. I'm Sarah Kravitz. On Wednesday, Nigerians took to the polls and elected Muhammadu Buhari as president, unseating former President Goodluck Jonathan. Most of Buhari's support came from the northeast regions of Nigeria, regions targeted by Boko Haram. Buhari stated, "Boko Haram will soon know the strength of our collective will. We should spare no effort until we defeat terrorism." On Thursday, the European Union and Iran reached an agreement regarding Iran's nuclear program. The agreement called for Iran's enrichment capacity and nuclear stockpile to be limited, and the nuclear facility at Fordow to be converted into a nuclear physics and technology center. In exchange, the United Nations would eliminate all nuclear-related economic and financial sanctions against Iran. It was reported Thursday a school in Australia had a cage-like structure inside a classroom constructed for a child with special needs. Officials claimed the entirely inappropriate construction was intended as a withdrawal space for the student. Local Education Minister Joy Birch has ordered a full investigation. Kenya's Garissa University College was attacked early Thursday by the Somalia-based Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab. The four gunmen sprayed gunfire across campus, and over the course of 13 hours, nearly 150 people were killed. I'm Sarah Kravitz, and this has been ATV World News.
Thanks, Sarah. The annual Take Back the Night Walk will be held April 13th as part of Sexual Assault Awareness Week. The event brings together the campus community, and all are welcome to join in the walk.
On Friday, Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe signed an executive order to ban the box on job applications. This would allow job applicants to avoid disclosing past felonies while searching for work. It's finally starting to feel like spring here in the district. With more on the upcoming weather this week, we go to Emma Claire.
Thanks, Michaela. Get ready for warm weather, cherry blossoms, and plenty of rain. We start the week off on Sunday with a high of 68 and a low of 48, rising on Monday to a high of 74 and a low of 54. You'll need your umbrella for the rest of the week, with rainfall ranging from showers on Wednesday and Thursday to thunderstorms on Tuesday and Friday. Temperatures are predicted to remain in the 60s and 70s leading up to the weekend, where clear skies are expected for cherry blossom festivities. This has been Emma Claire with your weekly weather report.
Thanks, Emma Claire. Local restaurant group PRG announced this week that they plan to open a new restaurant honoring Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. The 1,776 square foot Declaration is likely to open in the fall.
Now we go to What's Up AU with Daniela.
What's up, AU? I'm Daniela Burson, and here's what's up on campus. Sasha Gilthorpe has been elected the new student government president. The student body also approved the student space referendum by 96%. The referendum calls for the third floor of the Mary Graydon Center to be converted to a student union. This Wednesday, former First Lady Laura Bush will be on campus to receive her 2015 Wonk of the Year award. Tickets are required for entry to the event, but they're available for free online through the Kennedy Political Union. Also on Wednesday, the American University Honors Program is hosting their Capstone Research Conference on the first floor of MGC. The conference showcases a series of projects created by honors students representing all undergraduate schools. That's what's up with AU this week. Now go out and enjoy the spring weather.
I'm so looking forward to the Cherry Blossom Festival.
I know, it's going to be so beautiful downtown. I can't wait to go see everything.
Yeah, it's going to be a great week to explore DC.
It's going to be a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching this week's episode of ATV News.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Have a great week, AU.